In the realm of webcomics, I always think of a few titles. Penny Arcade, PvP, Sheldon, Evil Inc., Chris Straub. And along with those, I think of Tim Buckley's Ctrl+Alt+Delete. The comic strip began October 2002 and was a simple concept. Two roommates like video games. One of them is really dumb and some wacky and wild things happen. Though, what we're focused on for today's episode isn't the webcomic. Instead, we'll jump ahead to December 2005. On Ctrl+Alt+Delete's official website, Tim Buckley announced CADpremium.com and CADanimation.com to deliver episodes of Ctrl+Alt+Delete, the animated series, through a paid service. Included on the new website was a trailer. Now, this isn't probably what you think of when you think of Ctrl+Delete, but today's feat is to change that. To do this review, we'll be using the DVD releases. Season 1 was released on DVD with a 2-disc special edition for $29.99 and a 1-disc edition for $19.99. I have the 2-disc edition, so don't touch that dial.
Excuse me, will my PS2 play Xbox games? Excuse me, I need to know if Halo will play on my PS2?
I'm sorry, I don't speak stupid, and our translator called out sick today.
Wait, what are you—
Surely they must have video game stores in the great land of Stupidia, where you'd be able to purchase and be ignorant of all manner of games in accordance with your society's customs.
Okay, I want to speak with your manager.
I do not understand your strange language, and I can only interpret your raised voice and display of teeth as a sign of aggression.
I'm never shopping here again!
Okay, yeah, it's not, like, great. But I should make a note here, Ctrl+Delete as a whole has taken a lot of shit from the internet. The series has a stigma of pandering toward stereotypes of gamers, but I can't honestly say I'm here to make fun of the series or its webcomic. I personally do enjoy Tim Buckley's work and even have adorned my lifetime comic long boxes with CAD stickers. I have these hard covers, and I obviously have the animated series DVDs. So let me say up front that while Ctrl+Delete is often used as a punching bag, I won't be looking to point out the normal flaws of this series. And another thing is that the flaws I point out will be pointed out with love. In the universe of Ctrl+Delete, Ethan here works at Game Haven. Ethan is lazy and stupid and spends all of his money on video games. And he's an His roommate, Lucas, does computer repair and loves to game also. They share rent with their Linux-loving roommate, Scott, who has a penguin. Leela is Ethan's fiancée, who lives in the same apartment, and she also loves video games. But she's a girl! Rounding out the main cast of characters is Zeke, a robot built using an original Xbox by Ethan. The animated series is a collection of slowly timed jokes that fall flat. The animation is honestly too stilted to be such a highly priced production, and the audio is not consistent in its quality. However, that last statement becomes interesting as we begin to observe the quality consistency drop throughout the series. Let's get a baseline. So, I'm going to play an uncut version of the intro pulled from episode 1. I actually like this. It's a bit flat and all, but I enjoy this. The Season 1 DVD includes 12 episodes, optional audio commentary, and subtitles. So, let's dive right in. Episode 1.
Then I'll have to devise an elaborate plan to get Lucas out of the living room.
Okay, hon. Have fun.
Ethan attempts to get Lucas off of the TV so he can play video games. The final punchline being, they play a 2-player game. Episode 2.
I've got you. Prepare for owning, Scrap Heap.
Ethan tries to get Zeke to call his job with an emergency so that he can go home early. So, this episode is just Ethan working. Episode 3 is Ethan struggling with an existential crisis about how Zeke, as a robot, is better at video games than him.
Robots aren't better than humans. Humans can think and play video games and play frisbee and set things on fire.
Robots can do that stuff too.
Yeah, well, humans can die.
You're bragging about this.
And then Ethan sticks his in a vacuum. Episode 4.
Hey, Ethan. I was thinking...
Don't do that. It takes you out of the gaming groove.
Lucas is questioning if Leela really wants to marry Ethan, as he is completely incapable of taking care of himself. So, he and Leela make dinner together. Episode 5 is a collection of 4 micro skits using side characters from the CAD universe, and these actually benefit from the short form presentation.
Hi.
Fat ass.
Oh, that's bad.
Episode 6.
Okay, now here are the rules.
Wait. Where is the options menu? I want to adjust my controls.
Ethan, this is a board game. There is no options menu.
Screw that then. I'm not going to play if I'm stuck with the default controls.
Ethan plans to play video games all night long when the crummy weather takes the power out and Ethan begins to go feral after a few hours, starving for electricity. End of part 1. Episode 7.
Fools clinging to the past, lost in their denial like morons. Don't they see it falls upon us to keep gaming alive? What if when people are reinventing stuff, they forget to reinvent video games?
Ethan gets trapped by Lucas and Leela, and then the power comes back on. Episode 8.
Mark this day in the history books, for today, Lego Star Wars 2 hits the shelves. Barry, I believe you have a copy of Lego Star Wars for me.
The new hot game, Lego Star Wars 2, is out, and Ethan didn't pre-order. Desperate to get a copy, he goes to the guy's house who bought the last copy. This gets him kidnapped, and once he escapes with Lego Star Wars 2, he pronounces it sucks as he starts to play, which is just wrong. That's a great game. Episode 9. This is another set of simple skits meant to parody some sort of military shooter. Episode 10.
Are you Benjamin Katarski? I think I have your video game.
I haven't gone by that name in many years. People usually just call me Ben.
We begin a 3-parter here, a parody of the original Star Wars trilogy. In this episode, Ethan finds his neighbor Ben Katarski, who fought in the console wars as a Nintendo Knight. His nemesis, video game victim and activist Jack Thompson, has plans to destroy video games forever through his miscarriage of justice. He's going to put up a billboard. In the end, Ethan and the gang destroy the sign. Episode 11.
Snow. So cold. Can I cut you open and crawl inside?
In the wake of the billboard destruction, Jack Thompson is rebuilding. Ethan sees Ben's ghost, who directs him to Bobo, a small old man who fills in for Yoda. And in the end, Lucas is kidnapped. Episode 12.
I'm here to put you back on schedule.
I assure you, my men are working as fast as they can. The billboard will be ready as planned.
The Clinton does not share your optimistic views. She is most displeased with your apparent lack of progress.
We'll double our efforts.
I hope so, for your sake.
Ethan helps Lucas escape. From there, the group plans out their billboard attack. Since the last time, they reinforced the sign. However, in no time it's down. Credits. It's really tough to sit here and tell you that I love this season. I personally enjoy that it exists, and I enjoy owning the DVD, but it's not that entertaining. Its quality is all over the place, and the jokes go on way too long. In regards to the DVD, there is that bonus disc I referred to. It contains a 30-minute video titled Bonus Featurette. That is just clips of Tim Buckley at different panels and some insanely unleveled and low audio.
No matter what I say, it's going to offend somebody. So I mean, it's just part of my business. There are certain subjects that are very touchy, and once I find a subject that's particularly touchy, I make it a severe point just to keep fucking jabbing at it, just to piss them off.
If it's placed into a computer, you'll also get access to scripts for all the episodes, some sketchboards, and character sheets. The original DVD pressing of Season 2 is strangely difficult to find. There is only a one-disc option this time around. The series gets some updated artwork and some new voice actors. Oh, now Leela, Lucas, and Ethan all work at Gamehaven. So, let's get started. Episode 1.
I'm sorry, guys. I promised to only enjoy the killing zombies part of this, not the killing friends part.
Ethan's Xbox 360 gets the red ring of death, but is unwilling to wait for the repaired console. He swaps his back at Gamehaven, but he forgets to swap the hard drive and loses all his saves. Episode 2.
Wait, you're banned from the whole mall now? I thought the Hallmark store still let you in.
No, not after I sealed all the greeting cards in their envelopes.
Ethan gets insecure about his body image and asks Lucas to take him to the gym. The joke is he's weak and doesn't do it right. Episode 3.
Fold.
You got any threes?
Huh? Ethan, this is poker, not go fish.
I don't know how to play poker.
Then why did you sit down?
Because I thought it was go fish.
Leela is taking part in a Team Fortress 2 tournament in Las Vegas. Ethan blows all his money and Leela's winnings. Episode 4.
Oh my, how am I ever going to clean this up? Oh, will you help me clean up this mess?
Huh? No way I'm cleaning up your
Ethan gets himself stuck in the bathroom. Episode 5.
Okay, so you walk into a dimly lit room. In one corner is a chest, and...
Look, a name! He'll have loot, get him!
No, I'm just a regular old undead. Nothing special about me at all. You can just bypass us altogether. See? This guy is Lord Johnson. Kill him!
The group takes part in an MMORPG, that's it. Just a couple of jokes in the game. Episode 6.
Do you really want to be drawing correlations between your fiancé and your mother?
Why? What's the problem? Ooh, hey, baby. Oh, all right, Mom. Oh, God, get it out of my head. Gross. Ugh.
Leela has Ethan help clean around the house. Episode 7.
Let's begin. What do you see, Ethan?
A baby on fire.
Interesting. Okay, and what do you see now?
A baby on fire.
And now?
A baby on fire.
Very interesting. So you saw a baby on fire in all of these cards?
Huh? What cards?
Ethan breaks Lucas's drill. When he's forced to go to the store for a new one, he gets arrested and taken to a mental asylum. To be continued. Episode 8.
I don't know. This is just...
What are you doing? What the hell is that?
That's the head psychiatrist.
What?
Did you kill him? No. Of course not. He's just unconscious. You said we needed to convince him to let Ethan out of the hospital, so let's convince him. I'll go get some jumper cable.
Zeke learns of Lucas and Leela's plan to break Ethan out and kidnaps the doctor in charge before they have a chance to enact their own plan. The doc is locked up and Ethan is let free. Episode 9.
Infected with what? What are you talking about?
Back off! Just leave!
That's a video game light gun. It doesn't shoot anything.
Bang! I got a whole box of these things back here, man. Just leave.
Fine, I'm leaving.
Lucas and Zeke are bored without Ethan to with. Since Ethan is stuck at work, they call and explain to him that a zombie outbreak has taken place. They watch Ethan act a fool from across the road. Episode 10.
Oh, I got an idea. Pudding? Oh, I got an idea.
Flooded by good games in the fourth quarter, Ethan finds himself without enough time to play everything. In his pursuit of more free time, he clones himself in secret, planning to send his doppelganger to work. The plan backfires quickly, seeing as a clone of Ethan wants what Ethan wants. His clone sedates him. End of part 1. Episode 11.
Well, this is a nice surprise. What's for dinner?
Sheep.
You mean lamb or mutton?
Nope, just sheep.
Where did you get it?
We just had it around.
Oh, well, I have to say this is very unexpected and thoughtful of you, and with no apparent destruction of property, too. I'm impressed.
Leela arrives home to Ethan greeting her at the door in new attire and a home-cooked meal. While Lucas and Leela are at work, Ethan tricks his clone and escapes. He tells Lucas what he's done, but he's too late to get to Leela. She's at home with the clone. He makes it home and confronts the clone in front of Leela. To be continued. Episode 12. The series conclusion.
Well, this isn't nearly as bad as I expected it to be.
Lucas, you have to help. He's the clone.
Okay.
Wait, what? That's it? Just like that? You didn't even stop to question it. What if he would have said something first? You would have kicked me into the machine.
What's the difference? You're exactly the same.
Ethan fights himself and destroys his clone. That's really it. Season 2 improved upon the animation, and the voice actors gave more life to the characters. The overall look was nicer, and the backgrounds had more depth to them. But Season 2 is also where it's time to bring up what I found most strange about the entire series, and that is its fluctuating quality. Not the writing quality, that's always about the same. The video and audio quality, however, are strange. Throughout Season 2, the Season 1 intro is used, but it is as though they used an interlaced version and improperly converted it when applying it to the Season 2 episodes. Let's look at the intro from Season 1, Episode 1, side by side with the intro from Season 2, Episode 1. However, that's not exclusive to Season 2, and it's not the only oddity. In all of Season 1 intros, things can be anything from a good copy of the introduction to a zoomed in and over-compressed version. Remember, these are the raw and straight DVD copies of the episodes. The files are interlaced, but deinterlacing the footage does nothing to the intros. This seems to me that they simply set up the progressive video files to be in an interlaced DVD format. I think that the original intro footage was lost and that they used other versions without even trying. The intro was originally the trailer, so my guess is it was the first thing worked on, and the raw project files got lost somewhere in Season 1. The other odd production notes include missing frames, audio anomalies, and strange compression. Like this moment in the audio that has the lip sync matched up, but the footsteps seem to go on way too long and the music cuts out far too soon.
But then I'd just be insulting myself.
Oh, well. Have I been drinking and I don't even realize it? Am I an alcoholic?
While Season 2 showed improvements, it was certainly lacking in actually achieving a heightened quality compared to the first season. The improvements made were cancelled out by the lack of care. A few years ago, the Dave and Isaac Twitter account asked Tim Buckley why no commentary tracks were featured on the Season 2 DVD. At TimCad, we are curious if you have an answer as to why there are no commentary tracks on the Season 2 animated series DVD. We're looking to do a review and have had the collections for a long time now. And Tim replied, probably because none of us had anything nice to say. So, it's obvious Season 2 wasn't a pleasant experience. The production company, Blind Fair Entertainment, has its roots in webcomics. Beside Ctrl+Alt+Delete the animated series, they've also produced PvP the animated series, looking for group animations, and a pilot episode for Least I Could Do. However, their reach wasn't only animating these series. Blind Ferret was co-founded by Ryan Somer, who is the writer for Least I Could Do alongside other webcomics. But while the webcomic Least I Could Do is still successful in running today, Blind Ferret is no longer producing animation. It's an online marketing company working with Disney, Apple, Netflix, and other multi-billion-dollar companies. Meanwhile, Ctrl+Delete is also running, but not in its former format. The artwork did change in time, and at the end of 2012, Tim put the main roster of characters, Ethan, Lucas, Leela, Zeke, and Scott, on hold so he could do more one-off comics and short stories that span multiple comics. These included alternate versions of Lucas and Ethan as superheroes, analog and D-pad. In 2014, Tim brought back the main characters to give them, in his words, a reboot. With all the hate that Ctrl+Delete and Tim Buckley have received over the last 20 years, it's interesting to see the series still continuing to this day. I don't think Tim has a good record in his 20s of keeping his ego in check, and I should say I don't know what he's like today. But I will say that I have always enjoyed Ctrl+Delete and Tim Buckley's work. I like this animation series, and if you ever see this video, Tim, I would love to speak with you about it. If not, that's okay. It's your loss.